I sent that one to the teams.
You said anything like
Yes.
That's Tommy's his other wife.
your natural mic.
I'm just like.
Like I've never done that.
I know, right?
Or something.
I'm Joe's wife, yeah.
Oh, it is?
I wasn't confusing it.
Right, do that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Tell me, you can't do that, right?
Gonna call to order the city council meeting of Monday, April 20th. We'll start with the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was asked to do this to you.
What is the report?
You heard that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I was asked to give it to you.
Oh, yeah. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Arnold.
Here.
Councilman Jennings.
Here.
Councilman Taylor.
Here.
Councilman Shuck.
Here.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Here.
All present and accounted for.
Unfortunately, our solicitor is not able to make it tonight. He had some prior commitments that went overtime. Presentations. Do we have any bids?
Motion.
Do we have any correspondence?
Mayor, I have one which. Should I quickly read it?
Please.
I have a letter that was received. It's addressed to Shamokin City Council. I'll make a copy of it at the end of the meeting. And it's in reference, it's from Edward Manning, chairperson of the EDA, which we're all familiar with. It's in reference to a request for property tax exoneration for 505 North 8th Street here in Shamokin. I'll read this quickly. Dear council members, I am writing to you in my capacity as chairperson of the Shamokin Area Economic Development Authority. In 2021, this is SAIDA filed a petition for private tax sale seeking to take ownership and possession of a distressed property located at 505 South 8th Street. Shamokin, Pennsylvania. This building was previously owned by Baytay LLC. Hereafter, Baytay, which had failed to pay the property taxes, resulted in the property having been proposed to a tax upset sale in 2020. The 505 South 8th Street property is attached by common wall to 503 North 8th Street, Shamokin, Pennsylvania, which at the time was a burned out structure owned by Lamplight Leasing LLC, hereafter Lamplight. Both Baytay and Lamplight challenged the private tax sale, appealing the matter all the way to the Pennsylvania Superior Court and filing a petition to appeal the matter in Pennsylvania Supreme Court. These appeals failed on both levels, but the delay and legal costs was extensive. The building is in need of extensive repairs, and probably would have been demolished by any other purchaser. However, the building has a historic value as the former Shamokin Library building and is located on 8th Street, which has a number of thriving businesses in the downtown business district of Shamokin. Currently, because of delays in obtaining ownership of the building, there are outstanding property taxes owed. Total are $3,395. The city's portion of these taxes is $978.53. Because of the nature of the purchase, the SAEDA is humbly requesting that the city exonerate the foregoing amount. If you have any questions, please contact the remaining chairperson. There's a copy of this has gone to their solicitor, I do believe. And I will share with our solicitor and all of city council. Now, I have no idea, Mayor, how soon they are looking for an answer.
We're gonna have to put it on there.
I think it would have to go to our workshop.
Okay.
And then be reviewed by our solicitor and then put on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay, you got that? Okay.
Could we request Mr. Manning come to the workshop to discuss this and tell us their plans?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
I'll ask them.
Was it a judicial or an upset sale? Which?
Tax.
Yeah, that's the type of sales they go.
This was a private tax sale.
So, yeah, there are three modes of sales that occur in the county,
Okay.
okay? And
Irregardless, I think what the mayor is saying is quite suitable in this case.
We can
So
take
that
next
we can all
questions
have
in
a
the workshop.
discussion at the next workshop meeting, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow or whatever. And this way you also have an opportunity to ask any questions to the solicitor, okay?
I think that's the best way to handle that.
Thank you.
Well, I assume that the additional taxes are gonna accrue from that event, so there's no urgency.
I would agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and, I mean, this is given to me, but the council get one, by any chance?
Oh, well, we're still debating and discussing.
Okay, I don't need to do anything with this.
I'll touch on that.
Yeah, that's an us problem, not you problem.
Okay, now, I do believe that is all as far as correspondence.
Correspondence. Okay. Do we have any citizens' comments contingent upon any items listed on tonight's agenda? No? Okay, we'll move on to, can I have a motion to accept the minutes of the Shamokin City Council meeting of March 16th, 2026? That was a regular city council meeting.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Budanis. Anything on the question?
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganez.
Yes.
Councilman Kaler.
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimous.
Do I have a motion to approve the bills from March 2026 as listed on the bill list?
I'll make a motion.
That was Councilman Duganez.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. Do we have any questions?
I do.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
I have one question, and that is check number 1335, library, Shamokin Township Public Library, 2026 allotment. What does that mean? Allotment.
They receive a donation, an allotment,
Okay, so,
city.
so we give them a donation.
We, along with, the township.
Township.
Yes,
Okay, so this is our portion of the
That's
donation for their.
that's correct.
Thank you.
And that's done every year since I've been.
It was just very vague. You just want to know. Thank you.
It never hurts to ask.
Was there somebody else?
Andy?
Check 8459, 8472 to Mr. Kanovich for mileage reimbursement. Anything more specific on what that was for?
To go to the courthouse, to do the return of taxes and all that, and to meet with those people respectively.
Both of them are. Do we have any receipts? I mean, do we have is there a paper that's filled out?
Yes,
Yes.
Explaining what it's for?
yes.
Okay. I did have another question too. The M&T Bank breakdowns, there are two without, I'm gonna assume that without receipts for the police department. 227, 33, and 897. Do we not have receipts for them?
I think we might have been missing some receipts, but I think Michelle was looking into that, so I'm not sure.
We'll get back to you tomorrow morning.
Which one was that? The issue?
The M&T Bank breakdowns for March, 227, 833, and 897.
Where I'm looking. I don't know where I'm looking. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the same way in my situation. I know both girls with everyone all the time. And that also has been my policy is, and I personally, when they have sort of stalled out with bills, I have picked up the phone and called, and I've spoken with this chief of police as well as I've done the other one. And Kevin with the street department and the swimming pool. So it's not uncommon for us to be in this situation, and we obviously, I might be wrong, but we obviously haven't received proper identification, and we'll look for it tomorrow.
275. I think the same with the mileage reimbursement too, just so we know what we're reimbursing, like where we're going and for what reason.
If you look at the sheet,
That was my question. Did we ever do that before? I mean, not saying he's wrong or anything.
what, fill out a sheet?
No, but sending them that way, was somebody going, or was it always
Yeah, we-
mailed? Or- I don't remember ever.
We
doing
did that with the police department.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as,
Whenever they have to use their own vehicle,
not saying he's wrong, I'm just saying, like, do we ever, does it go through mail? What's normally how it was
In the
done?
tax office, normally they would pick up the bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause we never did that before, that's all.
As far as
That's
I
why
know,
I'm
that was
curious.
the only thing that they just reimbursed for, was for picking up the bills.
Okay.
But going further, can we have copies of those papers that are filled out for reimbursement? So
it's
we can
public
see?
information. Yes,
Yeah, it's kept with the bill anytime that, any bill slip is filled out, any accounts payable slip, there's always some kind of receipt attached to it, so it's no different than any other bill.
They normally, I know with the pool has receipts, they have a hard copy of receipts at the pool at all times, as well as sending it over to the treasurer, so there's always 2 copies.
I just don't remember ever voting on that, that's why I was curious.
Well,
How they
that
ever
is
did
just
that.
something that's been there before us,
Oh, okay.
so.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second. Any other questions?
Councilwoman Arnold,
I'm gonna vote no, just because I don't have the documentation.
Councilman Duganis,
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
I'll have to agree with Ange, no?
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries 3 yeas, 2 nays. I guess we're on to the director's report.
We're at the director's report, so accounts and finance.
Alrighty. So, now that the, now that the new treasurer has gotten access to bank accounts and QuickBooks, we're able to proceed a little more normally. So I have the treasurer's report in front of me, and I'll go ahead and read it off. All right, so we have the general fund at $517,447.28. Liquid fuels at $378,301.96. Library at $164,512. The sinking fund debt service at $334,479.12. Recreation account at $160,179.47. Street lighting fund at $3,549.70. American Legion at $493.37. Neighborhood mitigation fund at $66,455.75. Code department at $18,063.02. And police department at $2,441.16. So the total balance in all main accounts is $1,645,910.95.
Sorry, that was as of what month?
That's as of April 1st. And there are do we usually read through secondary accounts as well, or just the main accounts?
Normally just the main accounts,
Okay.
but it's your call, you're the finance director.
Well, I'll just read off the name of the secondary accounts, and if anybody wants to ask about them, I can provide that here. We have rehab loan payments, CDBG project, tax account, fire escrow, zoning grant fund, facade grant fund, Keystone Communities Program grant, RDA home grant, ARPA vandalism, county ARPA blight fund, downtown manager, independent street makeover, HUD grant American Legion, LSA fire truck fund, police shop with cop Christmas fund, and that's it.
That's it to go?
Yep.
Okay. Just to circle back on the invoices and the payment of the bills, let's try to make it best practice that everything is in for the meetings, and if we don't have them, that whoever would be responsible is notified.
I believe that happened.
Yeah.
You know, we did make an effort. I know Michelle in particular was making a great effort to secure all the receipts, and some things didn't get turned into. But yes, the department was notified, that's my understanding.
And if that would be the case, please include the department head in whatever request that is,
Okay,
okay? Just so we don't have confusion.
okay.
Works in public buildings.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, Mrs. Brown's Easter egg hunt went off very well, I think. 1 minute and 63 seconds, I believe, was the total it took to get them all up, which is a lot longer than last year, but there were 27,000 eggs. So, I think they did a very good job there, Mrs. Brown, kudos to her, and the volunteers that helped her. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. I mean, they go out shopping and getting eggs and getting donations like she's starting now for next year. So, and it's a very nice tradition. And thank you again for that. The ribbon cutting ceremony was very nice. Very nice, except a little chilly today, but
Didn't rain.
yeah, super excited for this. Long time coming, since 2022, we've been waiting for this, so thank you, Betsy. You are a godsend, so thank you. Tomorrow is National Library Day, and for the Shamokin Township Public Library, or National Library Week, I'm sorry, not day, but they are doing an open house tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m., and that'll be at the public library, so, I will be there, Mayor, Council, but I'm taking my grandson with me, so all the 4-year-olds coming in, and I'm super excited to take them, so. The Legion Building, the repairs are being done, Councilman Chuck took a picture and showed us that, they had a lift up there and they're working on the outside, so hopefully by this summer, we won't have that fence around the library anymore. Maybe that'll get repaired and that'll make a lot of people happy. The upstairs in the gym Legion, I know they're going to be repairing up there. What they have to do is take a brace on both sides to make sure that it stays in. So there is some extensive work that needs to be done there. Let's see, what else did the food distribution for the month of March, last month, we served over 181 people came to the food distribution. Total of maybe about 72 households, but that's still a lot that we serve. So this is a very good service. And our next food distribution, since it is the 4th Friday of the month, will be this coming Friday. And that's from noon till 2. All you have to do is show up. A lot of people are registered already. You show up with maybe just identification, and we'll ask you a bunch of questions, and we'll get you registered. And then once you're registered once, then you can go to any pantries that the CSO carries. So you can go to Salvation Army, you can go to CSO, so you don't have to just go to ours only. So, it's a good way to reach out. So no one else is in need. Let's see, what else? Oh, also Friday. Friday's going to be busy. It's springtime, so it's going to be a busy time. United Way Day of Action. We have over 31 students, sorry, not kids, students from the high school that are coming out to volunteer. Mr. Richardson is already taking care of that. He's going to be putting mulch down. We're looking at probably about 6 teams of 5 kids, and they're going to go around. Again, they're going to put mulch down on Market Street, Lincoln Street, the playgrounds, all 3 playgrounds. They're going to do Claude Keeler, I believe, and they're going to be helping out the community gardens also. So I do believe that. So many hands make light work, and it's a great way, and the kids do great. Last year, the only thing it cost us was I went up to Mr. Slavy and said, Bob, could we get a couple pizzas for these kids? So he said, yeah, let's just get them pizza, because they worked hard out there. So kudos to them. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Chief Psycho. He's going to be there while the police officers will be there just to tell the kids, be on the lookout for certain things and what to do in case you come across it. Speaking of which, we also have a busy day Saturday, because that is Rosalind Kane Day, Earth Day. So that's a cleanup. And I know they've got a lot of people coming for that. And as well as cleaning up, I believe they're meeting at Claude Keeler. Kevin will have a city dumpster there for them. for the people cleaning up. So that's what that service is there for. As that's going on, we also have Metal Mania, and that is anybody that has any unused, any old metal laying around. Unfortunately, they can't take computers or TVs, television, but they will take your metal, and that will be over at the municipal parking lot. And all proceeds benefit that they will receive money for that, and donations are accepted for that. 100% of those proceeds are going to our very own fire police. So I think it's a great way to benefit them, and I thank Joanne McLaughlin for spearheading that with the Sustainability Coalition. I think that's a great idea. Each year they do it, and each year they fill up a dumpster. People come by and you get rid of your old washers, dryers, anything that you have that's not air conditioners. Just come on over and we'll get it at home for you. Music in the Park starts May 16th, and that's going to be from 6 to 8. Our first concert, it's going to be Jaded, starring Ed Krebs and Rebecca G. And that will be 6 to 8, and that's Music in the Park. And welcome to summer, guys. Okay, go ahead, Rich.
I have a question.
Yes.
What are the plans for the 205th anniversary?
That is up and coming. That will be, our downtown manager will be working on that and getting that stuff together, as well as Mrs. Arnold is part of, she's got to take her council on how often put her CBC hat on for that, so with the fireworks committee. So they are planning for that. 4th of July is a weekend, so we better make a big to-do about it.
Because I was trying to get it, I don't know what the bands they have available, I was trying to get one, I was even gonna pay for it. And,
I normally go by Dave Spots and find out what Dave Spots can do, but I can reach out to him and find out and see what plans. He doesn't like to interfere.
It's on a Friday night.
Yeah, Mr. Spots doesn't really want to interfere with the 4th of July because he doesn't want, he's like, I got my music in the park, but if we could work something together, sure.
Mr. Spots is having the 250th. They are doing the celebration.
On the 4th of July.
No, different day.
On a different day. I think out of respect for us, he was going, so. But we can get something together. I wouldn't mind doing that, but I'll talk to Justin about that.
I already have things lined up for.
Okay. Good, all right. I'll let that go with you guys. Any other questions for me? Nothing else? All I can say is please pray for our troops. They're still over there, and we have a lot of brothers, sisters, sons, husbands. So please pray for them, and go Flyers.
Amen.
Street and public improvements. Thank you.
Just a few things. This week officially starts the street sweeper. So, take in mind that tickets will be handed out if your vehicles are not moved on your week. If you don't have the schedule is posted on the city's Facebook page, and you can also come into City Hall to get a copy of the street sweeper schedule. The preliminary street sweeping that Kevin and the crew have been doing over the past couple of weeks, thanks to the nice weather, Kevin informed me today that they have collected probably over 100 tons of dirt and showed me a picture of it. It's pretty impressive. He did want me to mention it to people that if your street was missed during the preliminary sweeping, to please contact City Hall and let them know what street it was, and they will tend to it immediately. The steps on Clay Street leading from Vine to Pearl will be fixed right after Memorial Day. The city has also been very busy. They have been doing cold patch around the city. So far, they have done about 8 tons of cold patch throughout the city. Right. And we had a Zoom meeting last week with a company about possibly instituting Park Mobile downtown. So that'll give you the option to do the meters and also use your credit card to get time on the meters, and that will be implemented at all the meters if we decide to go through with it. So that's still a work in progress, and hopefully that will be decided upon very shortly. And the only last thing is, because of a large amount of illegal garbage dumping that has been happening on Anthracite Street between Willow and Mulberry, we have decided to actually put up gates at either side, ends of that street, to prevent people from going there. So just to maybe help keep down, number one, it's not a street that is actually, cared for and looked after, number one, especially in the winter time. And it's just more, the garbage that was just up there a few weeks ago was just out of control. So we thought the best way to try to cut down on that is just to put like a gate on each end, and it just prohibits anybody from going up that street whatsoever, and hopefully cut back on the illegal dumping. So hopefully that should be done in the next few weeks. And that
I
is
wish
all.
people would, I don't mean to interrupt you, I just wish people would, if they see something, call the police. Because it's many times you see it more on Facebook, look what these people did, and it's like, well, who did you contact?
Right.
And
Well, a
they
lot of times, that street itself is not lighted, and people can just go up there in the middle of the night and just throw things over the bank, and, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think our code office was 100% behind that. Our street department is behind it. Police department is for it, so most certainly something to follow through on.
Right.
And I just wanted to repeat that tonnage, please.
that was the coal patching was 8 ton.
Yeah.
And the dirt collected from the preliminary street sweeper was over 100 ton of dirt.
And I know people don't like our street sweeper because it does inconvenience them, but the word dirt spreader apparently is not a true statement. It may not get all the dirt, but it most certainly gets a majority of the dirt. And without it, our city would look much worse than what it does. So kudos to our street department for once again doing a job well done.
And they're still actually doing the side streets still, so.
Right, and
A lot.
the
Yeah.
tickets just started yesterday,
Yes.
or today, correct?
Correct, today.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
You got one?
So can Sam Chicatano, so
Chicatano.
can Joe Clebon.
Public safety.
Okay. So for March, what we have for Smoking Fire Bureau, accident alarm 1, bomb threat 1, canceled 7, chimney fire 1, citizen assist service call 2, damage assessment 1, fall 1, fire alarm 6, fuel spill 1. And that total for, that month is 47 for that. For the code side, is total revenue collected is $8,923.40. For complaints received is 172. Warnings issued 43. Notice of violation letter sent is 70. Rental inspection completed is 27. Posted unfit is 9. Stop work order 2. Tickets issued 26. Citations issued 44. Fire calls 5. And that's all I have.
I just want to make a public comment on that, if you don't mind.
Yep, go ahead.
Kudos to our code enforcement team. I know you don't hear it much, but at the same time, there's a noticeable difference in the city in the last year. And I appreciate the time and effort that you guys and girls are doing. It, most certainly, it's been a long time coming, and we love seeing the activity and cleaning up our city. So thank you, Bruce and Danielle. She's not here tonight to hear, but at the same time, please pass that along.
I mean, for complaints received, 172, I mean, that's a lot.
1 month.
I mean, for 1 month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree, they're doing an awesome job. I appreciate this.
Thank you. Control.
Okay, this isn't city finance related, but I think it's important to the citizens. The president recently signed an executive order that's gonna fast track access to Ibogaine, which is a psychedelic treatment for addiction with a 95% success rate with one treatment. So if you're struggling with addiction, be on the lookout for those programs because they're gonna be popping up everywhere. Dan Euster was in town today and we had a chance to talk, and I was telling him about the firefighters' equipment and how they're struggling to get new equipment. And I actually just got a text message back from his team, and he said he was just talking to Dan about this, and he's gonna help us find a way to get some money, and he'll be in touch. So we should hopefully be getting, with his help, some money for equipment.
Nice.
I'll need an executive order about contract. Jeez. Executive session about contracts. I did give all of you your year to actual budgets. Rex was separate from the general fund, but the general fund covers everything else. And those will be monthly from now on, so you'll be able to track your budgets. The closer situation, I'm still waiting for the contract to be signed. They did send an email to Bob somewhere along the lines. I guess she sent it to the wrong email, it didn't get to him, so I got back in touch with her. She said she resent it, so you should have that, it's the order form to sign. Once you sign that, they'll,
What's that lady's name?
I don't have her name off the top of my head, but I'll get that to you. Once that's signed and they're paid for, they should be shipped immediately, and should happen relatively quickly. And, that's all I have.
I'd like to get
I'll look for that tomorrow morning, John.
So,
And just for anyone that didn't know, the Clover,
Clover is the,
tap to pay.
tap to pay system that we're gonna be implementing.
thank you.
I'd like to get that done before the pool opens this year, so
It sounds like it'll be done before then.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Was that it, John?
that's it.
Okay. Mr. Canoa.
Yes, on the 14th, the liquid fuels audit was complete. There was no significant findings other than some discrepancies in the headings of some materials. Other than that, everything flew by, no problems whatsoever. And the first report for the taxes went into the county. And one of the issues that she asked me about was the hand delivery of all the bills that were paid and scanned into the system and then concurrently sent down to the county. And they in turn go through their system and counter checked us, and everything went fine. Basically, the paperwork, the first report indicated here, I don't know how extensive you want me to be, but I'm just gonna list the main issues here. The local occupation for 100.6 meals was, the amount collected was $10,902.50. The city occupation, 0.31 meals, was $338.20. The city per cap at $5 rate was $2,763.60. The local general reflected $142,981.07. The local debt, which is a substantial issue, is $384,009.71. The fee that went to the library, the reflected was $3,064.63. Parks Recreation was with 6 mills, was just $24,511.13, and Shade Tree with $409.75, with the street light coming in at $11,234.96. Per capita total tax was $14,004.30. Total real estate tax $566,211.25, with the grand total being collected at $580,215.55. Please note that the influx of income in the past two weeks have been substantial. Let's say in the neighborhood of probably 700,000 collected in a week. So the only negative, as far as the office is concerned, the negativity has subsided some with regard to our clientele, meaning our taxpayers. And the only thing we get is some things that are physically sent in, like 4 or 5 items that are sent in by irate taxpayers. But as far as the office is concerned, it was a significant downgrade from the first 2 weeks of the situation. And, let's see if I have anything else to report. That's basically it. You got any questions?
Okay. No, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for our treasurer? Thank you very much. Chief of Police.
I apologize, my secretary's off with the flu real bad like everybody else has, so I do not have the stats. I will have them for the next meeting, they'll have both sets. So I apologize. And other than that, we're good.
Do we have any review of those stats on, you can at least give a little bit of information on where we are with our abandoned vehicles and some of the other issues like mini bikes and scooters, please.
We, as far as it goes, abandoned vehicles, we removed several today, and we have been over the past 2 weeks. The second thing is between the police department and code, we are getting a lot of them tug. Bruce can attest to this. After tagging them, a lot of them are moving. It's not requiring us to tow them. So that's huge. We've had 5 pursuits between mini bikes and motorcycles. We have impounded 8 of them. Multiple people have been cited. We're investigating an incident currently going on, secondary to a mini bike complaint, but that's current right now. But other than that, again, as I said, the mini bikes, there's zero tolerance, someone's gonna get hurt. And we have been doing that. On the second hand, we're obviously doing something right, because out and about today and on Wednesday, I have seen several mini bikes being pushed either uphill, downhill, or towards the woods, and they're not running because I sit and listen. So I think we're sort of getting across now that people, they're going to lose the mini bikes if they're not behaving with them. So, but other than that, I don't believe I have anything else.
Just one thing.
Go ahead.
Please give the rule for mobility devices on the road.
Okay. Well, the famous lawnmower rider has been corrected. We now have custody of a beautiful lawnmower. Can't make this up. We let him take the rickshaw because he needed to get his groceries. That would be nice. The motorized carts, which I have been, has to be 2 weeks now we've been looking into it. The motorized carts, there's no actual ruling for them, but it's considered a mobility device. With the mobility device, they're able to travel on pavements or walkways. If there's not a pavement or walkway, they are permitted to travel in a roadway. They have to follow the same rules as a pedestrian, which means travel towards traffic with them. There's nothing that defines about stop signs with a mobility device, but right now, that's where we're at. If the sidewalk is unable to be navigated, meaning uneven pavements or whatever, they're able to follow the rules of the road and travel under pedestrians. So we have been making it known to everyone. We did have an incident on Wednesday with one, and we made it perfectly clear. So that was taken care of. The thing about it is with the motorized scooters, or I don't know, we're referring to them as mobility devices. When I tell you we are not the only place, this is a major conversation when I bump into other chiefs from all over the state. Everybody's dealing with it. And one of the problems we're finding out is instead of them being used for what they're supposed to be used for, people are using them as modes of transportation, especially with the gas situation we have now. And the mobility devices are very, very touchy with who can own them and who can operate them, because it falls under that's used as a mobility device for people that may be unable to walk, a health condition or anything. So we're trying to do more awareness with that, because we don't want to offend anyone who may be on a mobility machine, and quite frankly, we can't ask someone why they're on it, but they're here and we're trying to deal with it. Again, I have expressed time and time again, they're low vehicles. You can't see them when you're in a truck. It's hard, but they are permitted to be out there.
Okay, but not the same as a lawnmower. What about those towing
There's nothing that says they can't,
on the back of a wheelchair?
nothing that says they
As
can't.
long as nobody's sitting on
They
that.
don't even have that. It's a mobility device. Now, like ATVs have restrictions. You have to be over 60 years of age, it has one seat, only one occupant or rider. These mobility machines don't have that. And
Yeah, also, and truly, we're not looking at in any way upsetting someone that has a handicap, in any way.
I'm here to tell you 100%, our biggest fear, and I've talked to the mayor on this, is the safety of the people who are using
On them.
Because
They could
a lot of people need them, and they do make it more for a person that might have disabilities that they're able to get out. Our biggest concern is, and not only for the mobility operators, but for the drivers in the area. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I don't want to see anyone get injured on these, but they're here. So we're trying to take the approach as educate everyone about.
And the biggest thing there is just common sense
Yes.
on the safety part. And if they are on the road, if they need to follow the rules of the road, then stop signs would apply. So let's just make sure we're all on the same page, and we educate just like we will on e-bikes, e-scooters. And because truly, my biggest fear is someone's going to get hurt.
And I've talked to the mayor, I'm getting basically a release together that we can post it on our Facebook page as well as the city's Facebook page. And basically it's everything. What the regulations are, what the rules are, how they can operate them. And that's gonna be twofold, because a lot of times, we're getting calls on them and they're not illegal. So at least if the people are educated, when we start taking calls on them, we're gonna know, is this a legitimate complaint? You know, but again, and I can't say it enough, my major concern is I don't want to see anyone getting struck by a vehicle, whether on foot or on a motorized vehicle. I just don't want to see it happen. We've had several already. With mini bikes, I don't want to see that happen. So we're trying to take the approach in the police department to educate everyone about them. And we don't want to restrict them because people are using them. They're 97% of the people are using them for the right reasons.
We just have to make sure they follow the correct rules, that's all.
Absolutely. But it's like anything else.
I'm gonna say you're good for now. Okay, I guess it's me. I did have one question, piggybacking on Mrs. Arnold's. Do we have the street sweeper schedule on our website for this year?
Facebook page, yes, but I don't think it's on the website.
Can we make sure of that? Because I think somewhere in here, someone just told me that it wasn't available, but it was the website they looked at. So if we could just double check that, and I don't know how easy or difficult, but if
Yeah.
we can get it done, I would appreciate it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
you don't have Seacog or downtown manager list.
well, Cedar Cog is next, because Cedar Cog, we have.
Request motion.
And we'll fire you.
There's
Just
a
for the record,
separate category for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
So I do have,
she does, there's a spot there, and I did see that the downtown manager wasn't listed, so We'll make sure he is not forgotten.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So under the mayor's part, I think the chief took care of a few things. I do want to thank everyone that did participate and help coordinate the groundbreaking ceremony this morning. That was a very nice event. Thank you to all our partners, Congressman Muser, Senator Culver's office was there. Senator Culver was not able to attend. Representative Stair, Commissioner Shikatano, and Clevon were able to attend. We had a very, very huge outpouring this morning, which I thought was wonderful to see, even though it was a little brisk and windy.
And windy.
The one thing I will say with the downtown project coming, Betsy and I have been working on trying to get a schedule from the contractor, but just one note, there's a lot of work that has to get done in the next 6 months. So regardless of what the actual schedule is for anyone that has been asking, because there's been a few, please know that Independence Street is going to be a disaster for 6 months. And there's not going to be any easy way around it. We have asked the contractor to communicate the best they possibly can with every business, and we are going to do our best to make sure they communicate with the business and the city to lessen any of those inconveniences. But at the same time, it is going to be a summer that's probably going to be dreaded by most. Independence Street is going to be a mess, but unfortunately, with progress comes some pain, and we're going to feel pain for a little bit, and you're just going to have to bear with us. There's not much we can really do to alleviate all of it. We'll do our best to correct most of it.
Take a cake.
Okay. I guess at that point, I will turn it over to CEDACOG.
Thank you. And I echo everybody's sentiments. It was a fabulous day here in Shamokin. So thank you to all for showing up. It was great. We had to work around Congressman Dan Muser's schedule. That's why we had that at 10 a.m. today, because he had to go to DC later today. But yeah, it was I did, as I shared with everybody this morning, I prayed for no rain, but I didn't pray for warmth. But we didn't get rain, so although I was driving into Shamokin, I saw some dark clouds. I said, now. No rain, because you can't have a rain date when you have a congressman coming in. But anyway, so thank you all. It was just a fabulous day. And let it be known that this is probably one of the most beautiful streets this time of the year. I took a picture while I was walking in. The flowering trees, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous. That's not necessarily a permanent update. So just for anybody's knowledge, yes, we got to kick off the project today. So that is from the intersection of 9th and Independence all the way to the railroad crossing at Liberty Street. So that is that section. So it is going to be a mess. That has to be done by fall of next year. Has to be done then. But we're also applying for $1.5 million through PennDOT Transportation Alternative Set Aside. And I know that we are highly ranked. I don't know if we're going to get the funding or not, but that would be from 9th to Market Street. So once we have our wounds healed from this, we've got the next batch. And then we still have to fund from Liberty Street to Shamokin Street. When all that's said and done, we get to attack Market through 6. So you will be seeing my face for quite some time. On the agenda for your consideration tonight is for the, the Step Into Swim grant for the pool, and also for the Degenstein Foundation for the police department. So if you would so kindly vote for that, that would be appreciated. Otherwise, everything is going well. We got some positive news from the DEP Moore loan today. Hallelujah. And, but yeah, any questions for me?
Just want to comment, Step Into the Swim, this is our third year of doing this.
Third
So,
year.
and I appreciate your help with this. And actually, Betsy does this voluntarily, as just a volunteer, writing the proposal for this grant. So thank you very much.
You're
on
very
behalf of the
welcome,
board.
my pleasure.
Thank
This is
you.
a good
That's-
one. Of course. And I'll turn it to Justin. Here we go, Justin.
Independence Day is coming along, the planning for the event's coming along very well. I'm watching the construction downtown, because I'm probably just gonna end up moving it down to this end of town, but a municipal lot, because that's where the fireworks are now. So it makes more sense to move the whole event down that way. And it's easier for, music set up that way. Tomorrow I will be in Harrisburg for Advocacy Day. Advocating for the city of Shamokin for our blight task force and other initiatives to get more support from the capital. And if anybody has any suggestions on anything they'd like me to bring up on there, I'm open to anything. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you very much. And anything we can do to help on the Independence, needless to say, let us know, because Independence Street is gonna be a challenge for all events. We did discuss that at the workshop. Any events at all that are going to take place on Independence Street are gonna be a challenge. We can give permission for the event, but we cannot interfere with the construction schedule. So the contractors we're at the mercy of the contractor and where they are on the construction, on if they're going to help us or not. Just so everyone's aware of that. We did discuss it at the workshop. So if there's nothing else, then we'll request a motion to approve CEDACOG's Betsy Kramer to prepare and submit a grant application to the Deggenstein Charles and Betty Foundation on behalf of the City of Shamokin Police Department for the Shamokin Police Department Wellness and Fitness Initiative.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. Anything on the question?
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz.
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Oh, yes.
Councilman Shuck,
You better.
Oh, yes, once.
Although the chief stepped out, but I would encourage you all.
Yes.
Say
Okay, that motion passes 5-0.
yes, sir.
Request a motion to approve CEDACOG's Betsy Kramer to prepare and submit a grant application on behalf of the City of Shamokin for the Step in the Swim grant program for a third year, supporting the continuation of a successful community initiative providing swimming lessons to local residents.
So moved. Go ahead, I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Anything on the question? Roll call?
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz.
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
that's only one of them. Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes. So that motion passes again on the 5-0. And Betsy, let me
Thank you.
reiterate and say again, thank you. I don't think anybody realizes how much work you do to get these things to where they're at. And not to mention the work in between
Yeah.
the things you do to
Very
get where
well.
we're at. I do appreciate all your help.
We
The city of Shamokin appreciates
Yes.
your help. Okay, so next we have events. Does anyone have an issue if we bundle these 1 through 5? Is there anything anybody has a question, one's left out, one's voted on separately? If not, then I'll request a motion to approve event requests 1 through 5. So we have the Shamokin Car Cruise on Independence Street, April 25th, May 16th, June 20th, July 18th, September 12th, October 10th. We have National Night Out,
I think we missed August.
August 8th. I thought I said it, but if I didn't,
Maybe I have a brain fart.
I'd rather be safe. National Night Out, August 4th. The Memorial Day March and Service, May 25th. Kentucky Derby at Oliver's on May 2nd. And Howling at the Sun at Oliver's on June 27th. Anything, do we have a motion to?
Make all.
I'll second it.
Barry?
Anything on the question?
Yes, just so on 1, 4, and 5, just to reiterate, for the car cruise and the Olivers on Independence Street, just to reiterate, that is pending upon the street.
Yes,
Sworn up.
yes.
Because I don't think we would have a nice classic cars going down Independence Street if it's all shut.
Right, I agree.
Are they gonna be notified that there might be, or do they know, or is that?
Well,
I
then,
don't know.
last time we talked, we didn't have to vote on them ones.
Correct.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was just a courtesy.
I did reach out to the guy coordinating it, and I did tell him that it could be a problem, that you may have to move it or lose it for that, or a while.
Depending on the, yes.
Depending on, yes.
And there is no correct answer. at this point.
Right, at this point, yes, I didn't.
And I did ask Midstate if they could give us a schedule. They had to rework some plans for some of the ADA ramps, so they couldn't give, but they said as soon as they have that, they're gonna send it to me, and then I'll make sure everybody has that.
Oh, beautiful.
Chief, everybody does that.
Will that tell us about what they're doing and when they're doing it?
No,
or-
that's an idea, so that'll be a mystery till we get it, but we can always ask for clarification,
Okay,
so.
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
In my experience with construction schedules is they're useless.
Fluctuates.
Because
Truly,
weather, so
the
weather
weather-
dependent.
Yes, the weather will play into that a lot. There's going to be issues with getting materials. In today's world, it's a wonderful thing to have it, but it's truly just gonna be a guideline.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, Betsy, can we contract your services to pray for weather? Does that seem to work?
It works, but make sure it's comprehensive.
Okay, yeah.
So
Very
not just
specific
rain,
prayer.
I also want nice weather.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Oliver, are they gonna block the street off again? Is that?
I have to look at the event forms, but I believe their intention for it all going forward was gonna be to do what they did the last time, because according to the chief and Kevin, it was the safest.
Okay. Yeah, and it worked out good.
Right?
Yeah, it worked out good.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, it
I,
worked out well.
okay.
And I do have a question that, it's really not a deal breaker either way, I'm just very curious. The Howling at the Sun event, how literal is that?
You did lay in a casket.
Are you gonna be howling?
Alright, just curious.
So we're ready to vote?
I think the questions have been,
I just want to mention, I don't know if anything more has been said about this, but a couple days ago, Michelle was saying that Oliver's had expressed preference for June 13th. I think they had 2 dates on their form. We went with June 27th because I think Covered Bridge has an event on June 13th, so we didn't want to double book the two the same day. But they would rather June 13th, Oliver's would.
I don't see either one being an issue. The only one I would have had a problem with was the car cruise being on the same day
Yes.
with traffic on Independence Street. Yeah. I don't think that's an issue, but at the same time, I think if we can avoid conflicts, it's always better.
I mean, we
but-
could make a motion to amend it to say the 27th or the 13th.
We could do that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
So June 27th to June,
No, or,
June 13th or 27th.
So then that way, whichever one they pick, we approve both.
Okay, so Baron and Ange, are you still good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, we have the motion, we have the second with a alternate date included on number 5. So roll call.
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz,
yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shutt,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimous.
Okay. Next is new business. Request a motion to ratify Resolution 2603, providing authorization for financing from National Energy Improvement Fund to fund the American Legion boiler replacement.
So,
I know they're doing well.
And I think because of the fact that we're dispersing funds, we need to do it individually.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I can second that. No,
Where's it go?
Okay, there's Angie, you made the motion?
Angie made the motion, Mike seconded it. Anything on the question?
Councilwoman Arnold,
yes.
Councilman Duganitz.
yes,
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Resounding yes.
The motion carries 5 yeas.
That one has been a difficult one.
oh,
Okay, request a motion to approve resolution 2604, which is the lax local match resolution for 2026 and 2027.
This is a every year vote. And every year it's approved.
Stupid question. Somebody remind me what that is.
Yeah, I know.
The lower anthracite,
Transportation services.
there you go.
Should be
yeah, but what is
a
the,
copy of it in your folder there.
yeah,
Oh, that's,
It's
oh,
this
it's that
one
word.
here.
Okay, okay. There we go.
it's this one here, but.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, no, I'm just like, we're matching the funds for, this is for their services to the city, correct?
That's our
We're paying for
portion.
their services.
Yes.
That's been going on.
Yeah, it's, for, transportation.
Yeah.
Public transportation. I don't believe that a person gets paid, or they don't have to pay Hebrews. This is for the little buses, is that correct, or is this for
I
the?
think there might be a minimal fee, but if it is,
$1.
yeah.
We're covered.
Public
I
transportation.
know this is a one-off, but, are we gonna move the bus stop down there once, the street thing?
No.
No,
Oh, during,
that's,
sorry.
yes.
During will probably be sensible that we move it to a different spot.
Only because
I'm not sure how that
came
came
up, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And today, actually, during the ceremony, a bus pulled in. So it most certainly, depending on when they're working in front of the old fun zone, they may have to move it to a different block. But
Yes.
that'll all be
May
part
I
of.
share something very quickly?
Surely.
Here. So I know there's been questions about the bump outs and such. So when the designers were working on that, they actually had conversation with LAX and Rapid Transit to make sure that it was accommodating the buses. They had measurements, the whole bit. So I know there's been people talking about, what about the buses? That was actually figured in. And Kevin was a part of the whole planning process
I
too.
remember when we had those meetings about
Yes.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
We can most certainly reach out to Mid-State and just throw that caution to the wind on the bus
Absolutely.
stop
Yeah.
location.
Yeah, so, thanks for the clarifications. So moved.
So we have a motion by Dakota,
I'll second.
second by Ange. Anything else on the question? Roll.
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz.
Yes,
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimous.
We'll request a motion to approve the 3 Keystone Communities Program facade grant applications of Giuseppe Molina dated June 12th, 2023. Disbursement of funds is contingent upon approval from DCED. So facade grant are the improvements to the, okay, which is, it's been running through Mr. Bainbridge.
yes.
I'll motion.
Yeah, second.
Mary and Dakota. Anything on the question?
Councilman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz,
Yes,
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shutt,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimous.
Okay, request a motion to adopt the downtown district overlay as part of phase 1 of the zoning rewrite. Having been duly advertised, made available for public inspection, recommended for adoption by the Shamokin Planning Commission, and reviewed and accepted as is by the Northumberland County Planning Commission. And just the explanation on that, we did vote on this prior. This is now just being moved. It's another step forward. It has made it through the city planning and the county planning, which the next step will be a public hearing. I believe that might be May 12th. I forget the date of that, but it'll be advertised coming up. But this is all about the downtown district zoning. So we'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Anything on the question?
Sorry, folks.
Okay. Just don't let it happen again.
7 o'clock, faithfully. 7 o'clock, potential spam. Faithfully, 7 days a week.
Is that what you call your wife?
I had that programmed into my phone to do that.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Anything on the question? Roll call.
Mrs. Arnold,
Yes.
Mr. Buchanan,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Shutt,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous.
Request a motion to approve the service contract of Susquehanna Accounting and Consulting Solutions, Inc., providing accounting assistance and advice to the treasurer/tax collector's office.
I'll move it. I'll second. There we go.
Who won?
Dakota, and then I'll
So
second.
Dakota made the motion. And Mike? Anything on the question? Roll call.
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Buchanan.
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shutt,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimous.
Request a motion to approve the city truancy community service program.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Anything on the question?
If I may,
Go ahead, you can start.
I have a few comments on that I would like to make, if that's all right, if you give me about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So regarding the community service program for truancy, which would take place in City Hall. It was recently brought to the attention of City Hall employees that the district magistrate, Zelinski, had received approval to refer truant cases to City Hall to fulfill their assigned community service hours. Although this subject had been previously discussed, it was not approved by council, and neither myself nor the other City Hall employees were aware that a truancy community service program had been finalized. Later, we were given a copy of a preliminary document outlining post structure and policies of this program. While I respect the efforts and good intentions of those who have promoted it, I have several concerns regarding potential safety and liability risks associated with this initiative. I believe many of these concerns are shared by the employees who will be most affected by the program, those who work in City Hall on a daily basis. However, the comments that follow are my personal opinions. According to the program guidelines, participants will be completing their community service hours in and around the City Hall building. The guidelines stipulate participation will be limited to nonviolent truancy cases aged 12 to 17. Allowing children as young as 12 into a work environment such as City Hall poses risks both to the child and city employees. Restricting participation to truancy cases does not ensure the participant will be nonviolent and non-disruptive. City Hall employees should not be required to risk their own safety by supervising and sharing restricted workspaces with non-employees under the age of 18 whose background, prior work history, and criminal history, if any, are unknown. This is by no means meant to imply that all truant cases are dangerous delinquents, but unlike regular employees who go through a process of interviews and careful vetting, these cases are an unknown variable. Even those participants who are compliant and have the best of intentions may unwittingly pose a security or liability risk. The guidelines state that the program will operate under a passive supervision model. A designated staff member will serve as the program contact and conduct periodic check-ins. A passive supervision model is unacceptable for minors, especially those as young as 12. Leaving the child alone for any amount of time runs the risk of exposure to sensitive information at best, and injury to the child or others at worst. Neither can productivity and compliance with instructions be ensured without proper supervision. Accessing city office spaces could compromise confidential records, while outdoor activities expose the participant to the risk of vehicular accidents and traffic. In the event of a life-threatening incident, surveillance footage alone is not a substitute for adult supervision. To minimize risk, the child would need to be supervised at all times, which would negatively impact the designated supervisor's regular duties. From past experience, I can confirm that participants, regardless of age, need regular supervision and communication, even if only for the employee to provide direction and answer questions. It is difficult or impossible, not only for the supervisor, but other employees sharing the same office spaces to focus on their daily responsibilities under these conditions. Some of the children referred to this program have special needs, such as autism. Children with special needs should be supervised by an appropriate caseworker or therapist trained in managing these conditions, not by a city employee. Supervision of special needs children, or indeed any child, is not included in any city employee's job description or training, nor should it be. The absence of an appropriately trained professional or caretaker is not only a liability for the city, but is detrimental to the child's well-being and safety. Under the work assignment section, the program guidelines state that tasks may include filing, scanning documents, stuffing envelopes, shredding with initial oversight, light cleaning of common areas, organizing storage areas, and cleaning outside areas of City Hall, including litter pickup and basic grounds upkeep. Participants shall not access sensitive records, financial materials, or restricted offices. This paragraph is difficult to enforce on a practical level. Virtually all city records could potentially contain sensitive information. The code office processes documents containing addresses, photo IDs, phone numbers, and other personal information of citizens, as well as legal information such as code citations and identities of persons who submit code violation complaints. The accounting office contains a variety of sensitive financial and personnel records. The second floor meeting spaces contain prior year records of all types, while the tax and treasurer's offices house financial data. There is no location within City Hall in which a participant may work without the risk of encountering sensitive data. The tasks mentioned here, scanning documents, stuffing envelopes, and shredding, will invariably expose the participant to potentially sensitive information. By definition, documents that need to be shredded are sensitive. Another paragraph states that the program will initially be limited to 1 to 3 participants per session to ensure manageable oversight within the City Hall environment. In my opinion, there is nothing manageable about that situation. Under these guidelines, as many as 3 children may be working in and around City Hall at any time, presumably with nothing more than passive supervision. Even constant supervision by a single employee may not be sufficient to manage 3 children at once. The guidelines suggest that this number may even be increased in the future. I understand the desire to help young people and encourage them to engage with the community, but for the reasons stated above, City Hall is not the appropriate venue, nor is it the only organization in the area which could provide community service opportunities to children who need it. Conversely, it's difficult to understand how this program will benefit the city. Our staff are already handling a full workload as well as additional tasks and responsibilities beyond their normal roles. Given the challenges the city is facing at this time, this initiative imposes an undue burden on staff and resources. I realize the city is looking for a replacement for its professional cleaning services in city buildings. However, community service is intended to encourage school attendance while also benefiting the community as a whole and should not be considered a replacement for regular services. Any practical benefit from cleaning and upkeep is offset by the safety concerns and time commitment by city employees. In short, the risks outweigh the benefits. Respectfully, I strongly urge council to reconsider this program and to request that the courts refer these cases in the future to an organization or agency that is better equipped to meet their needs.
You're welcome. So we have a request for the motion to approve. We have a motion and a second. Anything on the question?
I would like to table this, so we have more time to discuss this. I don't have a problem with adults who can supervise themselves, where I know in the past, adult male figures would help the street department with cleaning up garbage and sweeping streets and, painting curbs and stuff like that. When you get into children, that's a whole different thing. Do we need to have child abuse clearances? Liability waiver forms. I mean, if this child gets hurt, who's responsible?
There is a waiver form.
Right.
Yes.
But I just think the girls are already inundated with their work on a daily basis, and then to have to supervise 1 to 3 children, and like Val said, what can 12 to 17-year-olds do in City Hall? Maybe if we reach out to the library to see if there's things down there they can do, or the school with cleaning up bleachers after games and stuff like that. I just think this is something that needs to be tabled and further discussed with the children aspect of it.
Yeah, I think you bring up some valid points, Val, and I think that tabling it and being a little more systematic, what would this look like? What are the parameters? What jobs should we define? How should we define them? I think that warrants a little more time and effort.
So there's a motion. Is there a second? I hear what she's saying. Is there a second?
There's a motion and a second.
Okay, to table the matter, right?
No. There was a motion and a second
Okay,
to accept.
okay.
So someone either has to, we should probably just vote.
We can vote on both of them. We'll take the first one.
So, hang on, but if we vote, then
No, we can just
we can just retract.
retract.
If she's
No, we cannot retract, we can just,
You can then vote.
no vote, now we vote. If we no vote, then it's tabled. If you don't, is that correct?
You're splitting hairs there, but at the same time,
I think if it's all a no vote,
Then the motion does not pass.
It
And we can-
dies.
Right,
Just bring it up next month.
and
are
then,
we able to bring it back that way? Yes, you would be.
Yeah, we just wouldn't be able to refute it.
we couldn't do it this meeting, and we'll have to reword it, get it worded better.
Or are we able to table part of it and just the children part table?
But that is the part that's on here,
That's
truancy.
all truancy, yeah.
Well,
Right.
it's truancy community service.
Right, that's what I was.
We could table the truancy part and do the community service that
Yeah,
we
but
can allow.
it's not slash, it's just
Right.
truancy community service, this is just the truancy part.
But realistically, it should be both. That's what
Yeah,
it was
It
meant to
should be
be.
truancy slash
Yes.
community service.
So we could finish the vote, which I'm assuming at this point might be a no vote, but who's to say? Then we could make a motion to amend this to remove truancy, so we're just discussing the adult community service program. And then go along those lines, is that what I'm hearing?
I think the best thing to do would be just.
It's just table
table
it.
it,
then
discuss it,
we go
workshop,
there, we
workshop
go.
in 2 weeks.
If she's got to withdraw the motion,
Well,
I-
I made the motion. Barry seconded the motion.
Just rescind it.
So yeah, I think at this point, yeah, it's just a no. Yeah,
So-
so we have a vote.
Whoever made the motion just rescinded it. Yeah, you probably should do it. Freedom. Mike, do you make the motion?
I can rescind my motion, I made the motion, I'll rescind my motion.
and Barry, what do you want to do?
I'll do the same.
So then it's on the motion.
That's right, it dies if you do not make a motion, but you have to rescind it.
And do we want to do the motion for community service minus the word truancy? That the adults could start doing this?
If I may, we don't have a document for that, though. The only document, that describes what the policies are, what this program will look like, is specifically tailored to truancy cases. It doesn't say anything about adults or where or how they will be.
We've been working on this for a year.
Okay, but the
A
document
year.
doesn't exist to my knowledge, so.
That's why I'm kind of afraid to let go
Yeah,
anymore.
literally.
The adult part, not the kid part, but the adult part.
Would 2 more weeks to talk about it at,
But then it's gonna take another, to put it back on, so you're looking at another, what, month and a
It'll be
half?
another month, if not further.
And then you're talking within the summertime.
Yeah, so I mean, we really wanna go that far and keep pushing the adult part.
do we have rules and regs of?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Just, well, because we can vote on just the without the truancy, the adult version, and then just with the understanding. of-
18 and
we're gonna
older,
draft
18 and
document.
older.
Yes.
That's,
Yes,
I'm good with the 18 and older.
Mr. Duganitz, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion for 18 and over for community service program.
I think you have to amend the agenda first. Because it's not on the agenda.
That's correct, she's correct.
okay, so we'll request a motion to amend the agenda
Okay.
to add a motion to approve a 18 and over city community service program. Okay,
So,
so
Mr. Duganitz.
I will make a motion.
Mr. Kaler, you want to?
I will second that.
You will?
Yes.
Okay, we got through that part.
okay, so now we need the motion.
Wait a minute.
Okay, roll call on the rescinded.
Arnold?
For the, no, for the amended.
Amendment,
I'll be right.
okay? So we need a roll call for amending the agenda.
I made the motion, Barry seconded it.
Yeah.
So,
Mrs. Arnold?
Andy,
I'm voting no, only because I don't know the rules and regs, I don't know, I'm all for it, but I need to see something in front of me that has the rules,
For the 18 and older.
Okay,
And like-
Mr. Duganitz?
yes. Sorry,
Mr. Kaler?
Yes.
we have been working on this for.
Mr. Shuck?
yes,
Mayor McLaughlin?
Yes,
4 yeas, 1 nay, the motion carries.
so that was for the edit, so now we.
Yes.
Okay.
and now we would need a motion to approve the city 18 and over community service program.
Yes,
There you go.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
And I'll say on the question, with the understanding that we should
Yeah, we'll get it.
pen a more robust outline of what that would look like in the context of the 18.
Completely right.
Any other questions, comments?
And this is not new, and Sunbury has been doing it. They're doing it both with the
Yeah.
truancy and the adults.
And we, myself and Mr. Keeler have been talking with, as soon as Magistrate Zelinski was elected, we were talking
Trying to get
about
this
this,
going.
getting this going back and going
His,
again.
his comment was that he needs to reach out to the supervisor of juvenile probation.
Well,
I
that's
have,
true.
I have since
Yeah.
That's true.
So we've been trying to push this and Kevin is ready for them to, he has three.
So we need a roll call if there's no other questions.
Mrs. Arnold?
Only because I don't have see an outline, and I understand you have been working on this, and I think it's a great program, only because I don't see an outline of how it's gonna be run, I
Understand?
don't know.
Okay. Mr. Duganitz?
Yes.
Mr. Kaler?
Yes.
Mr. Shuck?
Yes,
Mayor McLaughlin?
Yes,
The motion carries, 4 yeas, 1 nay.
okay. Request a motion, anything under unfinished business, I should ask.
I don't know if
Has there been
we-
any further discussion about meeting down at the rescue in their training room? for our meetings.
Middle Square,
Those
you
were-
said.
yes,
We haven't, I'm not gonna say that got pushed to the back burner, but needless to say, with everything else that was going on, we most certainly, we were looking into the sound system and the tables that we needed. I don't know if we've gotten the quotes on the sound system as of yet,
I'm sorry.
okay? So
And I haven't discussed with the fire company representatives or with the RDA supervisor. I thought recently you and I have been talking about setting up a meeting with the chairman of that board.
the RDA,
Maybe at that time.
Yes.
sir.
why don't we do that? And then we'll make sure we get that part passed and then get into the sound system that we're gonna need there.
Any further discussion with Ed about revising the front desk in City Hall for security purposes?
We're down to, I think, I spoke to Mr. Fagley last week on the restroom issue.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure we're good with an L-shaped wall there.
Okay,
So basically, it would be either adding to or removing the front counter, putting up a partition
Mhm.
that would be L-shaped. So basically, when you walked through the front door, there would be a wall to your left
Mhm.
and then a wall in front of you with a window. He used the correct word for the way it's a pass-through window.
right.
That way, the restroom was included in the office area, and it was also the secondary egress that was needed for the office area. Kevin had actually said he thinks the street department could do most of the work, so they were gonna work on some plans for that, but at the same time, Kevin, those guys are gonna be pretty much done from doing anything until after the 30th of May.
Okay.
So yes, there's some movement, but at the same
We
time,
have to go, I just want to mention, we have got to go that route with our street department because they are supervised, or not supervised, but they are members of the AFSCME union, and therefore that kind of work, we've got to be careful that it's offered to them before we hire an agency from outside. But Kevin's been very, very receptive and talking to me on and off about it. And you're right, there comes a point in time when it's like hands off with the street department because every tree in the city grows and produces everything that you can think of. There's just a whole lot of work for a street department that is comprised of 7 people.
yeah, this spring is their worst, that's their busiest time.
Yes, yes. So, I agree that something has to be done, it should be done with the front. But again, I know 1 or 2 contractors who has talked to me, about it over a year ago. And the price is outrageous, outrageous. You start spending money like that, this city will be back to where it was 12 years ago when they were on the doorstep of the bankruptcy court.
No intention of doing that, that's why we want to make sure, yeah.
Sure. No, I know you wouldn't do that. Are we done with that?
Anything else under unfinished?
I would just like an opportunity to meet with the members of council and mayor in executive session regarding personnel. Shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes.
You're fine for 10 minutes or Ray's fine?
I said members of council, so settle down over there. Okay?
I do have something to add to unfinished. I sent invites to I think most people at this table, but for everybody else, and there's no reason members of the public couldn't attend either. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., the Susquehanna University, we've been working with a business student class that does data dashboards and presentations and things like that. And they've been working on a project to help develop data dashboards and information presentations for each council member using like publicly available data, et cetera. And So they're gonna be doing their presentation at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So at Susquehanna University, there's the option of attending in person or through Teams meeting. Again, 10 a.m. I can send anybody an invite, a link if you want, just so you can see these projects that these students have been working on. And they'll be delivering those as potentially useful tools to us as a client.
Is there a call-in feature?
Well, it's a Teams meeting, so I think there should be. I already sent you, so it should be on your Outlook calendar, but if you want to double check, let's go
Yeah,
through
if
it.
there's a call-in, I'll try to at least listen.
Okay.
Well, this could keep doing it, because I won't be available.
I don't, we might be able to add that. It currently wasn't, but I don't think there's any reason we couldn't record it, so.
All right,
Yeah. But yeah, so they've done some, from what I've seen, they've done some good work and looking forward to seeing what it looks like.
Great, and thanks for spearheading that. Okay, so under boards and committees, request a motion to accept the resignation of Tina Wilk from the Shamokin Housing Authority.
regrettably, yes, I understand that. I will make that motion. I'll second.
Second, and Dakota, so Mike and Dakota. Anything on the question? Roll call?
Councilwoman Arnold,
Abstain.
Councilman Duganitz,
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes.
The motion carries, 4 yeas, 1 abstention.
Okay, request a motion to accept the resignation of Michael Dietz from the Shamokin Zoning Board.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
So we have a motion by Mike, second by Barry. Anything on the question?
Councilwoman Arnold,
Yes.
Councilman Duganitz,
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Councilman Shuck,
Yes.
Mayor McLaughlin.
Yes. Now, I'll request a motion to appoint an individual to the Housing Authority Board vacancy. So if there is a name for that position.
Mayor, I have received a request from John Knowles requesting consideration for appointment to that vacancy. That's correct, right, Mr. Knowles?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have anything else in regards to that, so he is the only applicant interested.
I know in the past, we did have a letter from Mrs. Brown, but that would, I don't know if that would still be holding up, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to say we didn't have any other interests. But at the same, I'm 100% good with Mr. Knowles.
Was that for a different opening?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, any, Mr. Knowles, any statement before we go into?
A speech?
Yeah, speech. I'll
Oh,
second.
no, I asked for the.
So we have a motion by Mr. Duganitz,
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
so Mike, Dakota.
Uh,
Roll call.
I can't.
Councilwoman Arnold,
Abstain.
Councilman Duganitz,
Yes.
Councilman Kaler,
Yes.
Mayor, Mr. Shuck.
Can I insist you make a speech contingent on it, or yes? I'll do it.
Where you are. Okay. And Mayor McLaughlin,
Yes.
there's a 4 yeas, 1 abstention,
So the motion passes.
motion passes.
Congratulations, Mr. Knowles. Welcome to the Housing Authority. Rumor has it,
I'll make it, yeah.
it's rough to work with the one woman down there.
That is the worst speech I've ever
Request a motion to appoint an individual to the vacancy on the zoning hearing board.
Was that, do we have any?
I have,
I don't know.
Show of hands in the audience, anyone?
I assumed we had one when it was on.
Dakota.
We do not have.
I did appoint,
Who are we gonna sucker into this?
You.
1, 2, 3, no's.
Yeah, we reappointed, yeah.
okay, to the best of my knowledge, I have not received anything, of an application, a letter of interest for this, so, the position's open.
Okay.
Go for it, bring something back in, next month.
Okay, well, that'd be a note to our public, that we do have a vacancy on the zoning hearing board. So if someone is interested in that position, please get in touch with City Hall or one of the city council that we know that we have someone for that. Okay, citizens' comments. Do we have anything under citizen comments? And did you sign the paper?
Yes.
Okay. Please, your name and your address, please.
My name is Sue Bellis. I live at 14 North 7th Street in Shamokin. You made a motion to accept our application for National Night Out. When I filled out the application, I saw there was a $100 fee. I was wondering if that was going to be waived or if we are going to be responsible to pay that.
This was I took care of that, and
Okay.
I did speak to Michelle about that. And I said, this is waived, because this is that fee is waived because this is with the Shamokin Police Department and everything. So no, this is a city function
Right,
event. This
okay.
is not a private party.
Listen, anybody that wants to come and help, come on over.
Yes, but you will need to sign, I
I
believe,
just wanted to know, there's probably in the record, which I don't have, that file here, where we keep the request forms. And unless she gave you a copy,
there is a waiver form that,
Yes.
right, that they,
yes.
there is a waiver form that Michelle makes you sign it, and it should say no fee on there, so it's in the paperwork.
Will
I'll
I
have
be
it taken care
contacted?
of for you tomorrow morning.
Okay, will I be contacted to come down or should I just stop down tomorrow?
Is Michelle going to be here?
Like it?
Won't Michelle be here?
I believe so. How about if we call?
Okay, you have my number.
Yes, I do.
And
Yes.
the street department did an awesome job with cleaning up the streets after winter.
Thank you.
But I think they should also ticket the vehicles that doesn't want to move their cars for that. We had like 4 vehicles down at the end of our block that they moved their cars for nothing like that. So then we have to put up with all that garbage that's blowing out of their garbage cans onto the street and blowing up to where we keep it clean.
Right.
So I think they should be ticketed if they don't move their vehicles.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Is that something we can do, chief?
I have to look at that,
Okay,
because,
I know that part is touchy,
it's dicey.
but at the same time,
But if we can, we will.
okay. Yep. Appreciate it.
Joanne McLaughlin with the Metal Mania Recycling Event on Saturday, May 25th. You mean,
April.
I'm sorry, April. From 10 to 2, you don't need it. I don't need it.
You can feel like you're in Hollywood if you take it out of.
You better knock it off. We still need volunteers. We appreciate your help. Mike, thanks for announcing it for me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for doing it.
And I need your table. The one that you can bring up, I'm talking to you.
Okay,
Your table before you go away I need it for this.
Okay,
Thanks. I forgot to ask you before.
roll call.
I know she had mentioned needing muscles.
Yes.
I don't know, is there any way to reach out maybe to the football team? If maybe they're
They
available
were
for
going to
flowers?
be down at the Brazilian King Day.
Oh,
That's the situation. But I did mention to Ms. McLaughlin, if she reach out to the fire police, they do have younger ones there. So maybe the younger ones can help them out.
I did, and people are coming.
People are coming?
She didn't say how many, she
Yeah.
said a few.
Yeah.
how about the fire department?
We can reach out, can you reach out to the fire department and ask? Maybe we'll see if we can get
And if you're gonna remind us, what is the time, from when?
10 to 2
10 to 2.
at the municipal parking lot at the end of catty corner from KFC, the Knights of Columbus.
Is there any pending truancy, kids waiting that could possibly be used to help with that?
There's a few, I believe we have.
Good possibility.
Send them my way.
They'll never miss school again.
Put them on the air conditioner.
Justin, that was uncalled for.
It was, but it was classy. And I will reach out and see if there's any that they can schedule for that.
Bring your mom up and talk about it. I said, bring your mom up. We'll
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about it.
I'll put her in charge of the money.
Whatever. If it makes her happy, I'm on board.
Okay, any other citizen comments? Okay, if not, then we are going to adjourn the regular meeting and go into an executive session at 7:47.
Did they sleep?
Discount period for the taxes is the end of the month. After that, it goes to face.
That was short.
I'm kind of.
Actually, don't have it. You don't have it. The one I had, I started looking for
I don't hear it.
Yeah, but I guess until.
See, you had fun at camp.
That's what
I'll try to.
I told her Saturdays are never, Saturday can be fun. I told her Saturdays ain't fun. We gotta clean up, get everything in order.
With pretzel coffee. Like, we don't have.
But it's usually,
So no, they're offering to do birthday parties and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing like an actual.
Congratulations. Inside.
They do want to get one of those. Like, yeah, next, no. No, just since the Amish bought them out, they have the local ones that are cool.
Oh, yeah?
They don't. They care about it.
Have a good day.
I don't know.
But I gotta run home.
Yeah, take care.
If I hear of anybody,
I'll get posted.
or, you know, the ones I get from.
John.
I'll say they're, I'll send that over. Okay. So this I had like up here.
Okay.
They're.
So, you know, so I was just gonna say, we had her off.
Yes.
Please shut that.
I'll let Val.
Secretary, just
So it's done correctly.
And everyone's having trouble.
No, I mean, that doesn't matter.
what we worked on though.